Pedro Pascal shows off his sword skills and new ultimate babe physique in Ridley Scott's epic Gladiator 2. Today on Collider, we dive into brutal training, new friendships, epic battles with a few injuries, and sets that a $300 million budget can buy. Pascal has worked hard to achieve what he describes as ultimate babe status. He joked to Entertainment Tonight. While the actor was under no directive to get in shape, he knew he would have to be in great condition to make it through shooting.
Mainly so that I wouldn't get hurt.
But even his new physical prowess was not enough to keep that from happening.
And it didn't work.
As Pascal admitted to getting a couple of injuries on set. Pascal's physical preparation was far from the fun that his younger co-star Mescal experienced.
Maybe it would have been fun for me too if I was 20 years younger.
But the actor managed to work on his body and thankfully managed to survive relatively unscathed. Fans saw Pascal's sword skill in his iconic role as the Red Viper in Game of Thrones, but Gladiator 2 took it to another level.
I've had some training with swords before, but not like this.
Just look at these blade skills that are so clearly on display in some of the epic fight sequences seen in the trailer of Gladiator 2. Despite being often described as lovable and the internet's boyfriend, Pascal had to present a new type of brutality in the role of Marcus Acacius. While he claims to have not attained the same shape as Mescal, his physical appearance has clearly transformed. His co-star Connie Nielsen claimed him to be very impressive in stature while on set in his costume. He may be 20 years older than Mescal, but he is willing to fight over who is the better warrior. Pascal's dedication to the physical transformation comes out of an adoration for the original film.
I saw it in the movie theater when it came out. I saw it twice. It's incredibly visceral and epic and the kind of movie you rarely get to see made these days.
Despite getting into phenomenal shape, the director did not exactly commend him. Scott remarked before filming,
Oh, your belly's gone.
However, the actor, as always, kept it light, crediting the tight suits of armor for highlighting his physicality and making him appear in even better shape than he actually was.
Roman general.
I am the general
of Rome.
Whether or not he actually achieved ultimate babe status, we'll let you be the judge. Despite the age gap, the actors are clearly buddy-buddy off-screen and on set. Sitting together in a pair of matching white suits while chatting with Entertainment Weekly, the two can't help but giggle.
His character misunderstands my character just like Paul misunderstands me.
Yeah.
Showcasing their infectious chemistry.
What are you trying to kill me for? When did you get that? You had that already?
No, I didn't. I got that.
Pascal grills Mescal about his newest tattoo.
Yeah, what's your other tattoo say, Paul?
Nothing. This one. No. Okay.
In between staring contests and jokes about each other's characters.
And then it kind of culminates in a big fight that we have. And it, yeah.
Don't remind me.
But it is obvious that he is enamored with Mescal. He even dubs him as
He's a limitless babe.
and remarks on his talent and athleticism.
Sensitive, he's generous, he's fun, he's competitive. Connie, because he plays your son, he's not your actual son.
And yes, Mescal did go through a rigorous preparation.
Squatting, pushing, pulling.
And while he did enjoy the process of getting into shape, he wasn't able to quit two key aspects of his lifestyle.
This is about survival!
While working with trainer Tim Blakely,
I don't have a lot of patience with that stuff, and Tim knew that, so it was a kind of, the process was like a little but often for...
he told Us Weekly, "I did everything he asked, but I like to drink and I like to smoke, so I drew a line in the sand where those were concerned." Aside from that, Mescal kept it simple, ate clean, and lifted heavy things. Pascal and Mescal have struck a friendship after their experience together on set. For Pascal, the connection they created is what made the film shoot so fantastic. Without this strong bond and perhaps deep trust, this next moment, which unfortunately is not going to make it on screen but is precious nonetheless, would likely never happen. During rehearsing a particularly intense fight scene, Mescal had an idea to kiss Pascal on the forehead, he told Entertainment Weekly, and so he did it in one of the takes. Then, they were getting radio messages back to Ridley in the video village. Mescal recalls, "I was like, Ridley, kiss on the forehead. Did you like it? Yay or nay?" There was radio silence for a second. His radio crackles back and goes, "I'm afraid I did." So, how was it working with Ridley Scott? Having starred in huge shows like Game of Thrones and The Last of Us, Pascal is no stranger to big-budget projects. However, these sets paled in comparison to the $300 million scale of Gladiator 2. And for a serious fan of Scott's work, Pascal knew he had a tough job ahead. Despite Scott being in his 80s, he runs his sets much like the commander of an army. Mescal even admitted in an interview with Paramount Pictures.
I think Ridley would be a great emperor.
Scott also made it very clearly that he had no time to deal with insecurities.
Did I tell you what Ridley said first day of shooting to me?
Well,
Mescal shared his personal experience.
He comes in and he's smoking a cigar. He slaps me on the back and goes, "Your nerves are no good to me."
The 28-year-old star told Entertainment Weekly. So the tone on set was established early, and everyone in the cast and crew was expected to rise up to the challenge. For Scott, it is all about getting over yourself and getting the job done.
I feel like I lived in the Coliseum for about 3 or 4 weeks.
you lived in the Coliseum of your mind.
The experience on the set of Gladiator 2 was an experience none of the actors had anticipated. While not a full-scale reconstruction, a detailed section of the Roman Colosseum was built in Malta, and each actor could take in the world and feel as if everything was actually happening. The set incorporated functional trapdoors. These doors were analogous to the original Colosseum's design and facilitated functioning dynamic entrances and exits during combat scenes. Just to give you an idea, the original Colosseum in Rome could hold around 50,000 spectators. It measured an impressive 620 feet in length, 511 feet in width, and 164 feet in height, and had 80 entrances. And no, there were no sharks or epic Ridley Scott-style ship battles in Rome. However, there were naval battles, but these were staged in shallow water, mostly for spectacle. When speaking with Entertainment Weekly, Pascal stated,
One of the things that I have never experienced on a movie before is that there was so little left to the imagination.
the production was fast-paced.
Hundreds of extras, fire machines, water machines, the ship, the wall, the drawbridge.
Scott is quite known for shooting big battle scenes all the way through without stopping. And Pascal was willing to put everything on the line to work with Scott. And boy did he.
I got my ass kicked.
And his co-workers didn't disagree. Denzel Washington, who plays Macrinus, said,
Got beat up by the best.
while Pascal did have to get into the best shape of his life, his training wasn't only physical. Pascal transformed himself into the perfect instrument for Ridley Scott's immersive set.
Do it.
And it appears to have paid off, as the director remarked about his cast.
My hat comes off to them and what they did.
The director has clearly not lost a step and has had his process described by cast members as relentless. The fight scenes in particular were the most straining for the cast, and they were often left breathless during the intense battles. For anyone who might think the battles may not live up to the original,
I'm just here for the games.
all of the early talk says otherwise.
For the glory of Rome.
The internet's boyfriend and ultimate babe, Pedro Pascal, has absolutely put in work for his latest spectacle,
The greatest temple Rome ever built.
Gladiator 2.
The Colosseum. Because this is what they believe in. Power.
Check out more content like this on Collider's YouTube page.